Welcome to Mac Moments. I am Melissa Chavez, founder and CEO. This podcast is a space for honest conversations about focus, leadership, and what it really looks like to build and grow a business in real time. Each episode is a moment to slow down, think clearly, and move forward with intention. Let us get started. Welcome to Mac Moments. Today we have a special guest, somebody I've known, Crystal, I've known you for 25 years.
Yes. 2000?
God,
2001?
26 years. Yes. So Crystal is an amazing graphic designer, brand strategist, all the things. If she sees something, she can see the future of it. So I thought it would be great for us to get together, talk about some marketing, especially for a small business and all the things. Crystal, is there something that you're seeing in the world today that is impacting
I'm seeing a lot.
design?
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot. You know, I'm reading and researching every morning. So, like, my first 2 to 3 hours of the morning is reading newsletters that I subscribe to, checking all the social media platforms for all the stuff. And there's a lot. Yeah, it's hard to know where to start.
I mean, it's been around forever, but
Right. But it's
we
no, this
have,
is a different time. Yeah, what's happening is
yeah,
different.
and there's
And
so
it's,
many choices.
yeah, there's a lot.
So I think when I got busy in AI, maybe 2 years now, I guess, I was very hesitant, right?
Same,
But
same.
you have to evolve to it. But at the same time, as a business owner, you can't just depend on it solely.
No.
So what advice do you have for people that are trying to go that route?
Oh, I have a lot to say about that. No, AI is here to stay. Okay, so this is something that's here. The main issue, the number one thing is you have to double, triple check what you're getting from your AI. So you need human oversight 100% of the time. Like I have seen some embarrassing things where they just copy and paste and you'll see the prompt is still in there and it was like, absolutely, I can make this like pop more for you. That's so embarrassing, right? And so that really damages your brand credibility. And I've seen it in published novels. I've seen it in law papers, medical papers, like just copy paste, copy paste. You can't do that. You can't do that. Please have a human look at every single thing that you're pulling from AI. Whether it's a
Yeah.
photo or it's copy, you have to have a human who knows your business, your brand, and who can get those things. I mean, I love AI, but it's got its place and it still needs humans for sure.
Yes, I know. And it's brilliant. And what
Hmm.
really gets me is when I see a graphic and it has letters that are backwards, or, okay,
Yes.
I've put my photo up there, and why do they give me man hands?
No, I know, I know. That's one thing I'm seeing a lot in small businesses. So I follow a lot of local community pages to see what's going on. They're all using that typical AI generated flyer. It's got the same font it always uses, the same illustration style. And then there's always weird artifacts and wonky things going on in the background, right? I don't understand why businesses are doing that. I understand cost is a factor for everybody, but like Canva came out how many years ago, right? And you can go in there and still pretty easily, without any real design knowledge, get a template, type out your text so you make sure it's all right, include your logo, pick some photos. So we've got the templates available and just spend 10 minutes, 20 minutes instead of 2 seconds, right? And make sure you get
Yes.
something that's unique to you and your company. Like they all look the same. And I just scroll right past. There's this cute little ice cream shop here that does it. And it hurts my heart because it's terrible. And the kids look weird and it's got that uncanny, really, and I'm like, oh man,
Or
no.
even when
Oh,
Canva came out, one thing I noticed that a lot of social posts had was everybody had the same template. Oh, I love
mm-hmm.
this template. So everybody has the same
Yes,
template. So even
yes.
if starting out using the resources and the costs and all of that, explain how utilizing somebody like yourself or another designer
Mm-hmm.
or other resources can help elevate their brand.
It's
Like,
huge. Yeah. What's funny is, yes, with the Canva thing, everyone looked the same because they were using the same templates. Everything's recycled. But I'm seeing lots of people now say, can we go back to that, please? Because that was better than these AI generated full done flyers. That's so crazy how quickly that cycled back around. Yeah, I've never been a fan of templates because anyone else could do it, right? So I do build my own templates. So I'm working with a client. I will create templates that'll make it quicker and easier for me to create things going down the line. But it doesn't take that long. Even if you just, I would say for small businesses, and especially if you don't have, like, yes, it's great to hire somebody like me, but not everyone has the budget, right? Go find a company that you love the way they do things and the way their thing, it's good to find inspiration out in the real world. And then try to recreate something similar. Just build your own template. You're like, oh, I like how they put a photo here and the text here, and you can create your own thing, make it your own. That'll
yeah.
give you a good kind of jumping point. But even, yes, if you can't even do that, grab one of the pre-made templates. It's going to be 1,000 times better than just going to AI and saying, make this with it. It's so bad. And it's, yeah, we're hitting a turning point where people are, a couple years ago it was all exciting because it was brand new and everyone's doing it. We're at a different point in time now where people are they've been oversaturated with it. Everyone can spot what an AI flyer looks like, an AI image. AI copy and pasted text. You can tell it's got a certain cadence, the way it says things.
Oh, yes.
And
And the
it's like,
spacing is
oh,
always off. Oh my gosh.
yes,
For emails, I'm like, yes,
it's
I am
way too
having a good day.
formal.
They all say, I hope you have a good
I
day.
know, I know. It's too, but people
So
can spot it now, so it automatically looks like it just reads
it's not
inauthentic.
human.
It's
Yeah,
not
it's not human.
human, and you can instantly tell. So I think that we're hitting a breaking point where people are really starting to latch on to things that feel real, that a human had a hand in this and on this.
And even if, just a thought randomly, say a small business is starting out, hiring a designer to make the
Mhm.
templates for them so they
Right.
can edit themselves, that would
Yes.
still be a unique experience for their
Hmm.
clients and their messaging. So I know we're talking AI and graphic design, but let's talk strategy a little bit in marketing.
Hmm.
One of the challenges I see, especially with social media posting, because we offer that, you offer that,
Hmm.
they try to just be everywhere to everyone and have the same messaging on
Yes.
Facebook as they do on
Yeah.
LinkedIn. Can you talk a little bit about, because you do so much research, what you find that is
Yes.
helpful as of today by the time
Yes.
this airs?
I read something yesterday that I was already feeling this. You don't need to be on all the platforms. You just don't. So depending on what your industry is, what you're focused on, your niche, find the one to two, maybe three platforms that really, that's where your target audience hangs out. And it's going to be different for every business. But then you can really spend the time kind of curating a better, more authentic collection for that audience on that platform. Yeah, I'm dealing with a company right now where we are only on LinkedIn because, sure, our target audience might be hanging out on TikTok, but that's not where they're going for business related things. They're going there for downtime, right? So they're looking at funny videos and recipes. LinkedIn is where they're looking for those business connections. So we're spending our time there. And you don't need to be everywhere. Figure out your target audience and where they're hanging out for your specific business related services. Spend the time there because all the platforms are different. So you will use a lot of resources building out content for
Yeah,
Instagram and Facebook and X, and
yeah,
it's very overwhelming. And then if it might just be a waste of your time, you don't need to
yeah.
do it.
And they're delivering a product or service. They're working on a roof,
Hmm.
or they're a realtor or something, and they're trying to sell a house. They're not trying to be on social
Yes,
media all the time.
right,
And
right.
that's why you hire the experts to help you with that. Because,
Yes,
well, honestly, I mean, when I started my business, you helped me a lot with a lot of the design and stuff, but because I don't know it, I know the strategy, I'm not a
right.
designer. But also, the first person I hired, bookkeeper, don't
Hmm.
like it, hate numbers,
Yeah,
but I
yeah,
knew going in that I was going to have to hire an expert for that.
right.
And I think it's obviously saved my sanity,
Yes,
but
yeah.
also just that time that I would spend 4 hours probably on something that would take them 30 minutes.
Hmm.
And is it expensive? Yes, but it's still worth it to me.
Right.
Um,
Well, it's a cost versus price, right? So
mhm.
sure, you might spend a little more upfront, but then It's going to save you money down the line because it save you time as well. Because what if you're, like you said, 4 hours to 30 minutes, right? So it'll save you time, it'll save you money, you'll get back more return on your investment. It's just a difficult time though, because
Oh,
everything,
yeah.
every new day there's some new, like, hey, there's this new thing that can take the job of 5 of your employees. And it seems very alluring. Like Google just released something called, they release something new like every week. I think it's called Stitch. But it's like, oh, just type in a prompt, what you want for your website or your app in seconds, right? So I always go test these things out and they're not good. They end up all looking the same. So I tried a new one they had last week called Pompelli and I was like, oh, this is garbage. And they all look the same. It's just soulless. Like you can just see it. And I tried various different companies and they all came back with the same stuff. So then again, we're here for the same. So it can seem alluring at the beginning because you're like, oh, I can just cut 5 people from my team and have this one app. You can, but then you're going to look like everybody else, and it's not going to help your business. So is it really worth the cheaper cost? I don't think so. For some people it
Yeah.
is, but you know.
And I think it's all in scaling your business at different
Hmm.
seasons of your business. You just work with what you can.
Right.
Use AI, use it for some strategy and some ideas. Use
Yes.
Canva, use those templates. When you can hire a designer to make a template,
Hmm.
make the template. And then
Right.
that designer will get to know your brand and they'll be able to help you come up with a full plan for your marketing. Just
Hmm.
putting stuff out there to put it out there is not,
Right.
I mean, it's great to
No,
see
you
your
need
logo,
No, you need a
but
strategy and a plan. Yeah, this
yeah.
one company I work with, we're trying to answer 3 questions with everything we put out there. So it's like, here's our value proposition, why you should trust us, and here's what you can do with us. In those 3 things, we're trying to answer one of those every time we're doing something via social or emails or blog posts, whatever. So you really need to understand the core about your business. Who are we? What are we trying to do? Why should anyone care? You know? That's why I love founder stories and I love companies where the founders created this business because they were struggling with something that didn't exist. Like there was no fix. So they created the fix. If you've got some story like that with your business, share it. People love to hear origin stories and it gives your business a heart, right? We exist not to just make money. We were solving a problem we needed to fix for ourselves. And that's huge.
And that just ties into the whole relationships. I mean, look at
Hmm.
us. We've been friends for 25 years,
I
26 years.
know.
Gang, I keep adding a year to it.
I
But you think
know.
of where we started and how we are now and supporting one another. The human component can't go away.
No.
And that's in our design, that's in our
We're
messaging.
humans, right? That's why you have
Yeah.
to remember, like AI is helpful, but it doesn't have human experience. So even if you're a good prompter, which I consider myself a good prompter, but if you say, hey, I want this to sound authentic, I want people to feel a connection, it hasn't experienced that in the way that you have. So it can try to guess at what that means. And it's usually always off, right? I have to edit everything. It doesn't have that human element. Your experience and your history, it makes you uniquely who you are, and that can translate to who your business is. And people want to hear those real stories. They want to see, like, we are way past the point of where people had all these perfect curated lives, right? Like, that's how Instagram started, and everyone's feeling depressed and bad about themselves, and everything looks so bad. We're past that. We know, like,
Yeah.
okay, that's not real. People love to see the good, the bad, and the ugly. Make it appropriate, of course, but they
Absolutely.
want to see, what are you struggling with? So put stuff out there that says, hey, this week was tough. Here's what our business was struggling with. Here's how we fixed the problem. People just want real human stories. Like we all love
Yeah.
stories.
Absolutely. And people can learn from it. And if you can help
Hmm.
another person over a hurdle, you have some bad experience in your own business, they think, oh, well, they're successful. That means I can be
Right,
successful too. Did you know
right.
that you can help somebody? And I think mentoring too is a big opportunity, both receiving and being a mentor at different
Yes.
stages in one's business. And kids, I mean, our
Hmm.
next generation will not know life without AI.
I know. That makes me sad. I know. No, I read a lot about the current, education system and it's dire. Like it's kids.
And it's this delicate balance. I have a sister in Virginia who's a teacher, and she's telling me how the kids are just so dependent. There's just no creative mind of their
I
own.
know. Yeah,
And
that's the
it's
main
so
issue.
sad. Ugh,
Not
it's so
knowing how to
frustrating.
think on your own and figure out a solution on your own. Like part of my entire education when I was young, I went to a school that their main goal was problem solving. That's all we did was problem solve, which created some issues for me into adulthood because I'm problem solving everything, even personal relationships, which kind of like gets messy. But when you can get an answer to anything like that, like it takes away, there was something to be said for doing the work to figure out a solution, right? Like I've got to figure this out and do it kind of the hard way. And that
And
is
it's so
going
rewarding to do
away.
that.
It
I
is,
know.
yes. It
I
feels
mean,
like more of a
libraries,
success for sure.
going to the library, you would have to pull out a thing, find the card, go
Yeah.
find the library book, and
Yes, even
now
getting
it
a
every
book. Yes.
now it's just on your phone. I mean,
Right.
how often are you in a dinner conversation or with the family and friends and y'all are talking about a movie? What was that actor's name?
Yes.
Google it. You know
No,
instantly.
I know. We watch a lot of TV on our downtime, and he'll be like, "Hey, what is that guy from?" And he goes to grab his phone, and I say, "No, no, 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 no. We need to work our brains. So, like, don't grab the phone. Think. It's in there. Like, we saw him in something. What was it?" And sometimes it takes like 10 minutes. But then when we get it, I'm like, "Yay!" Like, we accessed information that had in there. Especially as you're starting
For
to age, right? You got to work the brain to keep it active. You can't just get
Yeah,
the
we
answer
use
all the
the
time.
ABC method. ABC. What's the name of this actor or actress? I know it's a C. I know it's a C. And
Yes, I do too. It's like a first letter. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's good. I am nervous for this generation that's coming up. And I just read something last week that it was I don't remember what the kids were learning in college, but it was like our typical job rate after school was 94% of students graduating were within a job within 6 months. It dropped to 13. Dropped to 13 in a couple of years. So you've got these kids graduating with these degrees and there's no jobs, you know? And that's like a whole other thing, AI and the jobs and taking the jobs.
well,
And you see
I'll
layoffs
tell
every week of, 10,000 plus. And I think it's a mistake. You've seen some of those companies rehire back the humans because they realize, oh, okay, AI for the sake of AI might not be the best thing. You saw the Amazon outage a couple weeks ago. Did you see that? Yeah, my daughter's like, what's wrong with Amazon? I can't check out. So that I go check. I'm like, it's not even showing me prices. That was because they had used code that they just copy pasted from AI, no human oversight, and it decided to just delete it all and revamp. And then the site was down for hours. So they lost, I don't know how many millions of dollars in sales. So yeah, we're in
that's
a we're in
just
a
a whole
weird
different
time.
level.
I
We
know
aren't
we're in
there
such a
yet.
weird time.
My little company's not there yet. That would
Oh,
have shut us down for sure. And then you
yeah.
think about how you mentioned earlier how we go through seasons and we're
Hmm.
evolving. We had Canva, we have chat, we had COVID, hybrid, not hybrid, people
Yeah.
working, and it's just a constant evolution. So, just in the last couple of minutes that we have, let's talk about thinking of the next phase, how somebody can prepare for marketing,
Yeah.
for themselves, to just try to stay ahead. I mean, it's,
I think that might be impossible. Things change constantly, and so if you're always thinking of how to stay ahead, I think you're going to end up getting disappointed and you're going to burn yourself out. I think for your business, like most companies have a mission, vision, purpose statement, right? I like to take it one step further when I'm dealing with a new client. I want to know in 10 words or less what you do and why it matters. So really hone in on what your business is, what you stand for, what you provide, why anyone should care. As short as possible, because you can always expand it later for different uses. Get the shortest version possible of what you do. And don't use all the corporate jargon. We're talking like just write it out rough. We help, and I'm not going to be able to think of anything. But you know what I'm saying? Like as
yeah,
short as
this
possible. It
widget will
doesn't have to
solve
be
this
pretty.
problem.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. What you do, why it matters, as short and janky as possible. Then you can expand on it for all your other things. And you have to get your team, you really need full brand guidelines. So it's more beyond logo, colors, and fonts. How do we speak? What does our messaging sound like? What does it not sound like? So when I build guidelines, I put a couple of pages of here's samples of messaging we do want to say. We never want to say things like this. You have to get really specific about who you are, what matters to you, and why people should care about your business. And then get your team to stick to that. Like less is more. Less is more. Make
Oh,
your messages
goodness.
simpler, easier to understand at a glance. I can't tell you how many websites I visit where I'm like, I can't even tell what they do. I'm scrolling through, I'm like, I have no idea who this company is, what they're doing. It's just so many corporate words, and it just all sounds the same as everything else. So
because they
just,
use chat.
yeah, I know. Get to the heart of who you are and just double down on that. Simple, concise, clear messaging. Just stick to what makes your business and what matters to you guys. And then, yeah, find where's your target audience hang out. Focus there. You don't need to be everywhere. Yeah, you'll never be able to stay ahead of the curve because something new pops up every week.
Yeah.
But if you
But I
stay true
do,
to your company, you'll be okay. Like you're creating, this builds trust over time. So a lot of
yeah.
people are looking at a company's social media page before they ever go to a website. So what do you want them to see when they go there, right? So mix it up with a combination of educational things that educates new customers on who you are, what you do, and then a lot of the personal stories. Here's why you should trust us, and here's why you can trust us. And over time, like this is weird. Everything here, like this current time frame, it can take months, years to start building. It's the long game here. You're building trust and authenticity over time. But you want your customers to be able to rely upon you for things, right? They know this company, I can go to them for this. They're experts in this. They're never going to offend or do something controversial because they're hopping on the newest trend that's offensive. I don't like hopping on new trends. Just know
You
your
know, there's
business.
a time and place for it. I
Yes.
did do the caricature trend with chat. I
Oh,
thought that was
yeah.
amazing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it was fun. But again, that was on my personal page, right? I didn't do
Yes,
anything
yes,
on my
yes.
marketing pages.
And the
But
harmless ones, like there, I've seen a lot of companies jump on these viral things that were really offensive. And I'm thinking, why? You don't need to do this. You don't need to show people like, oh, we saw that viral video. Here's our version and haha. And over some things that were really unpleasant for the actual humans who lived through that viral moment. So it's not a good look. You don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. Just
you
stick
can
to
go
who you are.
viral two ways, good or bad.
Yeah, don't
Like
go bad,
that,
please.
yeah, don't
Don't
go
go
bad.
bad. No.
And just think about what you're doing. It doesn't have, you don't
Yes.
have to be everywhere. I love
Right.
that. And the less is more. I think that's one of the biggest
Yes.
things. We have so many clients that say, well, I can service everybody, or I want them to know. You can't tell them
You
everything you
can.
do in one Facebook
No,
post or
no,
one
no.
newsletter.
And just think of
Um,
when you're scrolling, there's so much, right? Like we are bombarded. The simpler you can make it, I mean, and you've got split second to like grab
yeah,
someone's attention. And where I end up pausing is where it's a little bit quieter, right? So the things where maybe there's just one strong line and a pretty image or something, like I'll stop. I'm like, oh. And then you might expand and read the whole copy of that post. But if I see something and it's just too much, I'll just
overkill.
scroll right by, like, scroll right past. Like I'm already overwhelmed and overstimulated. You're not.
I know. And one of the things that I notice with a lot of the AI messaging, it's so long. I'm like,
Yeah,
can you
it's too
shorten it
long.
up for me?
Yeah,
Yeah, I get
it's too
it, but
long.
again,
And it
it's
all
it's
sounds the
this.
same. It all sounds the same. LinkedIn is really bad with this, right? Like it's really bad. Like every post sounds the same. It's got emojis in the same spot. And I would tell people cut back on the emojis. Like I think we've
Absolutely.
seen enough of the emojis. You don't need to add those in all
At
the
first,
time.
it was so cute. Now it's like, oh, that's
Yes,
chat,
too
that's
much.
chat,
Yeah.
and
So
look
if I
the
see something
dash
and
and
I see a trillion emojis, I'm like, scroll, scroll. I don't want to see all that. Yeah.
ugh, it's frustrating.
Simplify, simplify. Yes.
So, what are you looking forward to this year for your business?
I'm constantly learning new things, which some people in this industry hate it because they're like, we used to be just graphic designers. Sure, that's what I used to only do 25 years ago. And then it's expanded and expanded, and you end up with kind
Evolve.
of doing a ton of things. But there's always something new. So I'm excited when something new comes out and I try it and I learn something. So yeah, I'm sure there'll be something next month that I have
Well,
to,
you think about when you went to school and your school was a problem solving school, and look at how
yes.
much you are into research now
I know.
and all
I
of that.
know. I
Oh, how
know.
the world turns.
I know. Yes. That's all. I love it. I love reading and researching and finding solutions to problems. And that's not going away anytime
No.
soon. And I
And I
love
love
doing
that
everything with heart. Everything matters to me. Everything has meaning. And it's overwhelming at times, but it keeps life interesting. I don't know.
I know. And I love how when I need some sleuthing to happen, I just
Oh
call
yeah.
you.
Like, have you heard about this? Yes, I heard about that 2 weeks ago. What do you want to know? Yeah. Yeah, I know.
It's so great.
But
Just for our audience, when I don't know something, I'm like, what is this? What have
I
you heard?
know. I
Can
know.
you
And I'll
find out
send you
about
links. I'm
this?
like, hey, I just heard about this new thing. Check it out. And you're like, oh.
Yeah. So we definitely have to evolve. We definitely have to see what's happening. Don't get
Hmm.
overwhelmed. Less is
I
more.
know. Yes.
Review the AI prompts, review the
Always,
AI
please.
responses. And any last words of wisdom or advice for our listeners?
Try not to be disheartened. I read so much and I probably need to cut back a little bit because a lot of the news out there is bad.
Uh,
But if you can focus on your business, your team of people, what you're trying to build, and kind of just silence all that noise, because you're going to have someone every week who's like, here's what you need to do to, get more customers. There's always going to be someone with some new thing. But stick to authentic storytelling, being dependable and reliable for your customers. Don't promise things you can't do, right? Build trust with them over time and you'll be okay. And a lot of
yeah.
the old things still work. Like I am seeing a resurgence of tangible in the hand things, right?
Direct mail,
So
baby.
yes, yes, direct, that was almost all we had back 25 years ago, right? You had direct mail, newspapers, magazines, a few things here and there. Everyone is so oversaturated with digital advertising. When they get something in their mailbox, you will stand out. Like you will stand out. Like it's
Yeah.
funny how things come back around, right? So yeah, just stick to some of the old things, like legitimate good storytelling, connect with your customers, show them they can trust you and that you know what you're talking about. And I think you'll be okay in the long run.
Thank you for joining us
You're
today.
welcome.
Thank you for spending this moment with me. If today's conversation resonated, I invite you to follow Mac Moments on your podcast platform so you do not miss future episodes. Growth does not happen all at once. It happens moment by moment. I appreciate you being here, and I look forward to our next conversation.